Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to my channel. This is Tracy Ann from Tracy Ann and Avery's Journey. I find it fitting that I wanted to talk a little bit today about our anniversary of our fires coming up. And I wanted to tell my story about the fire. So on April 24th, 2020, in the middle of the pandemic, we're already going through our own struggles dealing with the pandemic and struggling with staying inside. On the morning I woke up, normal morning, actually it was raining outside and a little bit cold, April 24th. And, Avery had class, I had class online. So usually we just get up, go in the kitchen, I turn his computer on, and I turn my computer on, and he's taking his class, regular morning. So, Avery usually get up to get a toy or so, gets a toy or whatever else, he's never sitting down still. That's just him, that's his way. And he got up to go get something and then he didn't come back. So I went to look for him. When I went to look for Avery, the hallway's a little bit long in the apartment from where the kitchen is. I make a right to go into the living room and I go in my living room and my bedroom is on fire. My first instinct is to run and get some water. And when I ran in the kitchen and I turned around, I couldn't see anything. Smoke was everywhere. So, I called 911 on my phone and I just started running, knocking on doors, knocking on my neighbor's door downstairs, to let them know there was a fire because none of the smoke alarm was going off and the fire was moving pretty fast. So I ran out. Actually, in my underwear, no shoes. Avery had no shoes. His underwear as well. I will never forget that day. It's embedded in my head. A moment of time, a small amount of time, of just waking up, our life could have ended. That fire could have went so bad for everyone in that apartment building, and I will never forget it. You have to be in a fire to understand how it feels. The heartbreak, the pain, the memory, it was horrible. It's not something to be taken lightly, and I'm so happy that I'm alive. Yes, we lost everything, and things weren't the same after the fire. I don't ever think it will be, and that would be something that I would carry around for a long time. But I just found it fitting that it seems like it was just yesterday, but it's going to be 1 year. It's going to be 1 year since the fire that changed my life forever. And it changed how I look at things now and how I'll probably look at things forever. It's a situation where I don't wish on anyone. Yes, we were alive to tell the tale, but when you lose things, and not just material things, it's like, oh, you could replace material things. There's things that you cherish. There's pictures. There's awards. There's memories. There's a lot of things there that's just not material that you lose. And imagine just waking up a normal morning. Already, the pandemic was causing me so much stress, and I was feeling so overwhelmed already, just feeling trapped inside. And you know what, a little part of me I'm not going to say that, it helped, but I'm going to say it actually took us out the house because before the fire happened, I was so terrified to come outside. I wouldn't even leave the house. I was ordering Instacart and like, leave it at the front. Leave it at the front and go. I was terrified. So a little piece of me, kind of felt a little bit of relief that we were able to go outside, even though the situation was horrific. And, I could still remember the smell of the fire. I still remember going back inside after, everything was cleared for us to go inside. And I remember looking in the apartment and seeing nothing. It seems like there wasn't a TV on the wall. It seems like there was no pictures on the wall. There was no walls. There was no furniture. Nothing was left. it was all burned. I could never forget the smell of the loss that we suffered from that fire. And it's always going to be something that I will carry with me today. It will never be a day that I don't remember the fire. I am happy. I'm happy that we made it out alive. I'm happy that no one was injured. Those are the good things. But it's still something that affected me and affected Avery. And a lot of sleepless nights came after the fire for me and for Avery. A lot of therapy came, counseling came, and it's just all a part of life. And guys, when I'm telling my story, as I said, it's our journey, and these are journeys that I'm sharing. And in the end, it's still things that happen in life, and it didn't break me, but it still changed me. So when I'm giving my story, I don't want anyone to feel sad, or I don't want anyone to feel like, it's the end. It's not the end. We always have a part 2, a part 3. We're fighters. Like, we get up and dust ourselves off a million times and continue to keep it going. So the fire happened, and then I will talk about what happened after the smoke cleared, literally. And we had to start over. So thank you guys so much again for supporting me. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you guys so much for subscribing. I really do appreciate all the feedback that I get. I want to continue to sit on my platform and tell my stories. There will be more and more stories that goes with our journey.